Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. So, we're here. Episode 9 of Given. I've got a couple things I want to say at the end of this reaction, but I'm going to save it for that. Real quick, so I have been reading the comments leading up to this episode, and I want to address two quick things. One I talked about in the last episode. I don't know why I was theory crafting about how Yuki died. Going back, I watched episodes 1 through 8 leading up to this, just to recap everything, make sure I didn't miss anything. And in the very first episode, it shows that sadly Yuki committed suicide by hanging himself, and so, which is horrible because Sato had to witness that. And so I don't know what I was doing last episode theorizing something different. I made a note about it, but yeah, I know that that's what happened with him. The other thing is, way back in episode 5, a lot of you were like, make sure to pay attention to where Sato goes in episode 6. And at the time, I was just kind of like, okay, well, he's going to these random places. What does that mean? But last episode, we get confirmation. I didn't talk about it in the actual reaction because I was thinking about other things. But the school, the park that him and his friends went to, the train station where they had the fight, all of those things, all the places that Sato went to were places that he had experienced with Yuki. And I'm guessing that the beach plays a pretty significant part because it shows him in the OP there during winter, which I'm assuming is right after he passed. And then it shows him now there. So yeah, I didn't mention that last episode, but going back and rewatching, I'm like, oh, of course, that's where all the places where he remembers Yuki. I'm nervous about this episode because I just want it to go well. And I don't know what's going to happen. You all have been great with not spoiling me. So thank you so much, because I love going into these episodes having no clue what's going to happen and just letting it just roll. And I have been, the only spoiler I've gotten about this episode, it's not really a spoiler. I've had so many people comment that episode 9 is probably their favorite episode in the season. And I'm trying not to let that get to me because I don't want to hype myself up and then it not meet my expectations. So I'm going into this with zero expectations except for a couple things. I want Sato to sing, which he's going to sing. I mean, we have built this whole season up for him not to sing. I want there to be some acknowledgement by Haruki that Ugetsu's there, that Murata's there with Kaji. I don't know if that'll happen or not because this episode seems like it's going to focus on Uenoyama and Sato. So I don't know if we'll get that this episode. And I want Uenoyama and Sato to just talk. Just talk. Just get those emotions out there. Uenoyama, just admit that you like Sato. And Sato, just humor this poor boy. But yeah, Uenoyama's been so off the last couple of episodes because I know he's emotionally dealing with everything that he's coming to terms with. And I know Sato has been gaining ground. He's been reforging his relationship with Hiragi, his friend from school. He's coming to grips with Yuki's passing. I just feel like this is Sato's moment for everything to come together for him in this episode. And I just want Uenoyama to be there and be supportive. And the guitar strings, going back and watching episode 1, when he found Yuki's body, the guitar strings he broke. In the OP, there's the broken guitar strings. And now Sato's in like another low point for him when Uenoyama doesn't believe in him anymore and the guitar strings broke. So it's just all the symbolism. Oh, guys. I'm so ready, but I'm not ready. It's one of those things where you dread watching the episode. I felt like this during episode 5. Because I was like, And I want to point out something, too, that's pretty interesting. I'm reacting to Toilet Bound Hanako-kun the same time I'm reacting to this show. And in Hanako-kun, my favorite episodes have been the even number episodes so far. It's been 2, 4, 6, and 8. And I have not watched 10 and 12 yet. In this show, my favorite episodes have been the odd numbers. It's been episodes 1, 3, 5, and 7 have been my favorites so far. And we're on an odd number, so... And the show ends on an odd number, so I wonder if that's intentional. I don't know. But anyway, I've got some stuff to talk about at the end of the episode, and I'll get back to that if I don't forget. But thank you all so much for watching. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're just going to watch and see. So it's concert time, right? Okay. Just going to rip the Band-Aid off, and we're going to do this. All right. We are going to start episode 9 of Given in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I know my Oasis. Oh my gosh. You guys. Well, I'm not going to argue with you all. That's my favorite episode this season so far. Oh my gosh. Oh, just take all of the emotions and just tug your heartstrings and just... That was so good. That was so good. Just from start to finish. It combined everything that has been so good about this show from the get-go. This quiet build. I like that there wasn't this show has moments of drama, but they never extend. They're not just like so over dramatic, so over melodramatic that you're just like, come on, get on with it. No, we had our drama, the guitar strings broke, Haruki stepped up being MVP of this episode and was like, Uenoyama, go get some strings. The adults are gonna handle the cinnamon bun, you go get the strings. You're young, you're fast, as he proves. And it gave Uenoyama time to think about, like, yeah, you messed up. You shouldn't have told Sato he couldn't sing. You shouldn't have been like that, because he's been doing what you've asked him to do this entire time. He's been leaning on you as a crutch because he needs that support. And for you at the last minute, when he needs you the most, to say, just forget about it. And then for Sato to just be like, I have to get this emotion out. And for him to do it, and the friend's reaction hit so hard, especially Hiragi, because Hiragi's like, you know that Hiragi feels those same feelings, not maybe in the same context as Sato romantically, but as a friend losing another friend, he feels those same emotions. And so when he confronts him after the show, you think he's mad, but he's like, Yuki wanted to do this with you and he can't, and you're so good at it, but Yuki can't make music with you like he wanted, and that's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. And that montage just showing their whole relationship wrapped up in those one little moments, it's so powerful and beautiful. And for Sato to, because that's the hardest part, is if you've ever lost somebody, moving forward, and I'm not gonna cry, but just moving forward and having to deal with that, and having to come to grips with that person's not in your life anymore, but you can't stop moving forward even though they're not there. You have to keep moving forward, and that's been so hard for Sato. And you kind of understand where he's coming from, because he's like, I don't want to lose what I have. And that scene at the end there where Yuki's like, you're gonna forget. And Sato's like, I'm not gonna forget. It's just the things that are important you're gonna remember. But he's gonna take those memories with him moving forward. And I like that Yuki and Uenoyama are not the same characters, clearly. Yuki established there, he's like, let's just go have sex in the bathroom. And Uenoyama, I don't think, would ever say anything like that. And I like the parallel, the contrast, that Yuki initiated the relationship with Sato and was like, no, we're dating. And I have a feeling, just from this episode, even though Uenoyama was the one that kissed him, I have a feeling that it's Sato that's going to be initiating the relationship here, and Uenoyama is going to be on the opposite end of that. And then there was that brief moment with Kaji and Haruki where I'm glad, finally, that Kaji's like, okay, look, Haruki, you're MVP tonight. Thank you for saving me and for keeping me from just having this whole thing. Because Haruki defused the bomb. He really did. And for Kaji to admit that and give him props is just so good. And the Ugetsu thing is interesting. I like that it's almost like a jealousy, kind of. It comes across as like a jealous vibe. That Ugetsu's like, oh, look, another prodigy. So I'm wondering, is Ugetsu a prodigy too? Because that's what I thought. Because Kaji builds him up like he's a prodigy. Kaji builds Ugetsu up like he's a prodigy too, like he's a natural violinist. But is Ugetsu a natural? Or is he somebody that's like worked really hard at it? Or is Ugetsu a prodigy and he believes that being a natural is kind of like a curse? If you're naturally good at it, does he think it's something like that? Or I wonder if Ugetsu is likening himself to Sato in that moment at the concert. It seemed like he was, and I wonder if we're going to get anything out of that in the next 2 episodes or not. Or y'all say there's a movie coming out, so maybe there's going to be something with that. I don't know. Whenever we get done with this season, I'm going to react to the trailer to the movie, but I'm going to wait till we're done with the season because I don't want the trailer to spoil me on anything. From the preview, it looks like Take is going to try to talk them into like getting some buzz about them because clearly Sato can sing, so they're like, you guys should bank on that. You guys could be a legit band if Sato is your vocalist and you guys just kind of go with that. Ueneyama, bless your heart, bud. You took the initiative and kissed him, so in the preview, why are you still acting all sheepish? Like, maybe, well, I mean, in the moment is different than him processing it later. Oh my gosh. But just, so speechless. Like, this was such a good episode. It's such a, I'm going to turn the sound off here. Just going back and, yeah, and then, like, and it's weird because in the scene at the ocean, Sato didn't seem quite, I don't know, like Sato was in love with him, but he still seemed kind of distant, like he wasn't, he just was kind of distant, and I don't know if that was just him being him. He seems more energetic around Ueneyama, so I don't know if that's just the different dynamic of that relationship, if maybe that's it, but just the fact that he sees Yuki wherever he goes and carries him with him, and rewatching this, just the band playing and everything, like, is just, oh my gosh, guys. Oh, and that scene where he finds him, oh my gosh. And the fact that he says, he's like, would you die for me? Oh my gosh, guys. My favorite episode of the season so far. It's just, if I'm going to go back and rewatch an episode, it's definitely going to be this one as one of them. Yeah, the odd numbers have not let me down. But I hope episode 10 is good too. It's called Wonderwall, which is Oasis. And I know the lyrics of Wonderwall. Is Ueneyama... So here's the question. Is Sato the one who's going to save Ueneyama? Or is Ueneyama the one who's going to save Sato? Or is it both? I'm thinking it's both. Because they kind of have saved each other. And when the song ends and Sato has that pure look on his face of like, I got that finally out of my system. It's been sitting there for a year, so thank you. And Hiragi can't look up. He's just, oh my gosh. Oh, I have so many thoughts of what could happen next. Like, if they're gonna, I don't know, like, there's still unresolved stuff. Like, I noticed Ugetsu never interacted with Haruki this episode, so does Haruki even know about Ugetsu? There's still that. There's still Kaji. Ueneyama's got to be like, okay, is this going to be a thing? And then Sato is going to be like, because Sato's admitted, he's like, yeah, I'm in love with Ueneyama. And now it's like, is Ueneyama in love with Sato? Spoiler, he is, I'm sure. But it's like, oh, and that, I was like, is he going to kiss him? I bet he's going to kiss him. And then he just does it. Ugh. It's so satisfying. You did so good out there. Oh, you did. Our cinnamon bun did it. This episode checked off all my boxes. It checked it all off. I'm so happy with it. This was beautiful. And I like that there's still the tone, everything is still there, and we've got 2 more episodes, guys, but oh my gosh. Yep. So, real quick. One, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I'm not someone that really cries during anime and stuff, so if you were expecting me to sob, I'm sorry. I mean, internally, I am just wanting to go back and watch this over and over again, because I'm probably going to watch it. I'm going to repeat this for a couple loops and rewatch this because it's so good. Thank you all so much for watching this reaction. There are 2 polls down below. One poll is sadly the anime that's going to replace Given in a couple weeks. You can go ahead and vote. There's a couple options. The options are ones I've been interested in watching, and then there's an other option. So if you have an anime in mind that's not one of those listed, you can put that other option there as well. And there's also a poll, Hanaka-kun, that I'm also reacting to. I'm going to replace it. We're replacing Given with a general anime of either ones listed or your choice. And then Hanaka-kun I'm replacing with a sports anime, or a sports anime of your choice. So you can vote in both polls. I've noticed YouTube, I wanted to do a poll here on YouTube because I thought that'd be so convenient and easy, but apparently you have to have 1,000 subscribers to have a poll on YouTube, which seems like an arbitrary number. But, so yeah, I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but it'd be cool if I did, because then I can do a poll maybe for next time. That's my goal for next show, next poll after this one. If I get 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to do the poll and post here on YouTube, which I'm hoping for, but who knows. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Oh my gosh. This episode was awesome. I loved it. So yeah. Given is officially top tier for me right now. And we got 2 more episodes to go to see hopefully this relationship getting off the ground, because after this episode, come on y'all, it's got to. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Next week we'll be back with episode 10 of Given. In the meantime, stay safe, have a great week, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.